guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, I did a very different kind of look. I'm super excited for you guys to see how I created this, and if you are too, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy the video. What's up, you guys? So today I'm actually going to be starting things a lot different than usual. As you can see, I already have my eyebrows on, and I feel like this video is going to be a long one, so I'm cutting my eyebrows out because I have a whole video on how I fill my eyebrows on my channel. So if you're interested, then you can go watch that. But today I will be starting with my face, which is something I never do, so this is going to be super weird for me. But the reason I'm doing this is because we're doing kind of a crazy eye look today. So we are going to be going over our base just a little bit. So the foundation I will be going in with today is this Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. This is one of my favorites, honestly, and I'm in the shade Desert Beige, and I'm just going to be dotting this all over my face first because it doesn't have an applicator or a pump, which I hate. But I'm going to be dotting this all over my brush, and then I'm going to blend it in with this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Honestly, this is one of my favorites like of all time. It's so good and it's affordable, so blender, and I'm just going to do this to make sure that there's no brush strokes and everything is nice and blended into the skin. Okay, now my next step is to go in with concealer, and I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. I'm in the shade Light Medium, and as you can tell, my foundation is a little bit lighter than the rest of my body right now, so I will be bronzing myself up a lot after this step. I'm just gonna apply this, in the usual areas, under the eye, chin, around my nose, and then a little bit on my forehead, just to balance everything and make it look more put together. Now I will be blending this in with the same wet beauty blender from before. Sorry, damp, not wet. Since we're going to be using a lot of product over top of our base, I'm just going to set the whole thing before I bronze with some setting powder, and this is the Fenty Pro Filtr setting powder in the shade Butter. So I'm just going to grab that all over my sponge, and then I'm just going to pack it like all over the face, like all over. Like I'm going to look like a ghost, but that's okay. Don't worry. Oh my god, the way that I totally need to buy a dark foundation. It's like from here I blended with the wall, and then the rest of my body is like tan. Okay, great. Love that for me. I honestly don't know like why I didn't buy a darker foundation for the summer. I guess it's because like I wasn't really going out anywhere, so it's like I didn't really need it. But I totally forgot that I kind of have a YouTube, so I should have bought it, but whatever. Okay, so now I'm going in with bronzer, and you already know I'm going in with the Chula bronzer by Benefit Cosmetics. This is part of the Cheek Stars Reunion Tour palette. You can also get this in just like the individual sizes as well, but this was just more useful for someone who uses like all these products on the daily. So I'm just gonna be grabbing that on this Morphe M405 brush. I really like that it's angled, and it just like perfectly kind of like fits like where I want it to be, if that makes sense. It does come off a little harsh at first, but honestly, the more you blend it, like, it'll be alright. Literally, my hair today, everything's a mess. Like, I need to rant. I should have made this like a get ready with me instead of a tutorial, but it's too late for that. So what I do when this looks like really harsh like this is I just grab a bigger fluffy brush, and this is the Real Techniques. I can't read it anymore, but it's just like a fluffy brush like this. Kind of looks like a foundation brush, but since this is a lot bigger, I just use this to like disperse my bronzer when it comes off really harsh like this, because I think I picked up a lot of product. So yeah. As you can see, it just starts blending out a lot nicer because you can see how much the brush opens up. So that's really good. I should probably do the other half of my face. Anyways. So now I don't know if you guys can tell, but I definitely think my face matches my body a lot better now that we did that extra bronzing. So now, since I did get a little messy right here, I'm just gonna be cutting my cheekbones out with Fenty powder once again so that it can look nice and sharp and not as sloppy and messy. So again, I'm just, hold on, I need more powder than this. Girl, come on. So I'm just gonna go into my powder. And then I'm just gonna be creating lines basically under the bronzer, like under my cheekbones. Just like that. And we're just gonna leave that on there for a bit. Right now I'm just going to wipe off the bake from under my contour, and I did try to contour my nose just a little and I baked it, but I thought I was recording this and I didn't, so that sucks, but I'm just gonna leave that there. And yeah, I did want to mention also that I'm not going to do blush until the very end of the video because blush is honestly like the #1 product that doesn't last on me at all, and also I just would rather do it at the end to like tie everything together, if that makes sense. Okay, now it's finally time to move on to the eyes, which I'm so excited for. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously prime your eyelids because today we're going in with a lot of shadow. So I'm just using the same concealer I used before, which is the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer, and then I'm just going to be blending this in with my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. Looks like this, and I'm just gonna blend that into my eyelid so it can act as a base for our shadows. Our shadows are gonna pop, they're gonna last longer, and they're gonna blend a lot better too. Also, this is just helpful because I have veiny eyelids, so even if like this wasn't necessary and having like nice eyeshadow, I would probably do it anyways because this veininess is just not it. I'm using 2 colors today, and the first one is going to be this electric blue right here from the James Charles palette. I'm not sure the name of it because I don't have the little thing anymore, but I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. brush. It is a blending eye brush, and honestly these are so cheap. I've had this one for like forever. It was one of the first brushes I ever had, and it's really good, so 10 out of 10 would recommend. So I'm just gonna be grabbing this on this brush, and I'm gonna like pretty much just put this like in my inner corner on my lid, kind of. We'll just bring it into the lid, honestly. And I'm not really bringing this like all the way up like to my brow bone or like blending it out really, but I'm not making it sharp either, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. So basically I'm just packing it on first, making sure that the color we want is there, because if you blend, obviously the color will diffuse and it won't be as prominent. So I'm just like pretty much just like packing this on there, and it does a great job, as you can see. I really just feel like the James Charles palette is like a staple for like anyone in makeup, like whether you do it all the time or not. Like it's just like such a good palette to have. So this is what I have as of right now, just a mess, like a blue mess literally. And the second color I'm going to be going in with is this one right here, this nice teal from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette with Morphe, and that's actually the shade Jada, this Morphe M456 brush. And I'm just gonna dunk my brush in this, honestly, and get a nice good coat. This is stupid pigmented. So I'm just gonna be blending the 2 colors together, making an ombre effect, right? Just like that, you know, circular motions, y'all know the drill. Oh! I'll fix that later when I finish everything. So with whatever is left on our brush, I'm just going to be lightly blending that upwards with no extra product. This is just gonna diffuse the shadow and not have those harsh lines. So just in little circular motions, just blend upwards. Once you have this craziness going on, now I'm just going to be grabbing the Jaclyn Hill palette again, using that same shade but a lot more of a fluffier brush, and I'm just going to dip into that, and then I'm practically like extend the colors off of my eyelid. It's gonna kind of go like onto my cheekbone area, so like right here sort of. And I'm just gonna like lightly just, you know, just do it. You know what I mean? Like Nike, bro, just do it. I'm just extending it in no particular direction, honestly. Like, it's just gonna make more sense once the actual butterfly is on our lid. And then we're gonna bring this into our under eye area, but not all the way into our inner corner, just on that outer lower lash line, right there. Basically, you can just keep packing it on until you get the color that you desire. I'm honestly okay with how this looks right now, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. Honestly, yeah, honestly, I'm down. So once you look like the painting of a 4-year-old, now it's time to draw the basic wings, and I'm just gonna do this with black liner. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in black, and honestly, I like this eyeliner a lot because it has a really thin applicator, so it just makes like whatever shape you're trying to desire, like really even if you want like a natural wing or something. So, okay, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so the first shape that I'm gonna do is basically just creating like a wing, but like all on my eyelid pretty much, instead of a baby wing, just open it up like that. So similar to like Euphoria makeup looks, I guess you could say. So I'm not really gonna be able to talk while I do this. So. Once you have your genuine shape there, as you can see, I have some imperfections, some areas that are thicker than others, so you can just go back and perfect this once you have the basic shape down. So now I'm just going to be creating the second part to the first wing, I guess you could say. So instead of just going straight up like this, I'm gonna give it a slight curve, I think. Yeah. Okay, period. Why did I kind of like snap though? So now, as you can see, I have duplicated the butterfly onto my other eye, and as you can see, the wings definitely have somewhat different shapes. So these are definitely not going to be sisters, definitely not twins, maybe cousins, I don't know. But now it's time to create the bottom wing. So what I'm first going to do is honestly just create like a little half circle right here, more like a half oval. You'll see why, because this is going to create a guide for us, so that creating the second wing is going to be a lot easier. Instead of just like freestyling everything, it'll be more like connected dots kind of thing. So hopefully this works out, the idea that I have in mind. But so I'm just going to create a half circle or half oval, if you will. Okay, so now that this half circle is there, I'm just going to be connecting the outside of this circle to this point right here. So basically just the corner of my eye where the other wing ended. And I'm just gonna do this by just like flicking it up, I guess. I knew my little circle idea would work. Oh, I'm just such a G, bro. I'm a G. I'm not really sure how to explain this next part, so I'm just gonna like draw it on my hand and hope you guys like get the reference. So I'm basically just gonna draw like, okay, so now I'm gonna be drawing the last line to create the final outline of our wings. And the best way I can describe this shape is I'm just gonna be doing half of an upside down Hershey kiss. I don't know how else to explain it. That's just, I don't know, that's the best I could do. As you can see, there are some spots where I'm definitely missing some of the colors. So with that same brush and the same shade, Jada from the Jaclyn palette, I'm just going to be filling in those blank areas. I'm also going to be adding some blue over top of that green that I just put on the bottom, just so we can match the top wing. Alright, y'all, yeah, so after what felt like an absolute eternity, I finally finished with one eye. I honestly had to take a break from doing this one because it just kept messing up and I was getting frustrated. So I was like, you know what, let me turn off the camera and just try again. And this eye, I'm super satisfied with how it came out. I'm kind of sad that the lashes kind of cover like the whole butterfly on top, but I honestly didn't have any other lashes. So yeah, now I'm finally gonna go ahead and do this eye. So again, I'm gonna be going in with trying to do those little round shapes, but I realized instead of just trying to do that, it's a lot easier to just create like a little round shape like that, and then just make the lines later on instead of doing everything like all together. So now that I have this round line, I'm just gonna bring it all the way up. Like that. And it looks crazy now, but it'll come together, I promise. Now that I've created that round shape, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it back up once again on the other side. Just like that. And then one more round shape right over here. Okay, so now with all those spots right here that we have, we're just gonna fill that in with the black eyeliner. Okay, so now you can see that is the lower wing all complete. So for the top, this was actually a lot more simple. I kind of created already a half circle right here, just right above my lid, following like my natural like eye socket, I guess you could say. So now what I'm gonna do is again just create a little, once again, just connecting the sides. And then for the last one, instead of creating a round shape, I just simply made a line like that. So now with these areas, again, you're just gonna fill them in with black eyeliner. Optional, but I just wanted to add some glitter into this look. So what I did was I grabbed this NYX Glitter Goals liquid eyeliner, a lot of NYX today, in the shade Crystal Ball. I thought a silver would be cuter, but I just don't have one right now. So I just put this in my inner corner. Just however you want. And then you can't really see it because of the lash, but I'm gonna do it anyway just because I did it on one eye. And then you see this little blank area right here. I'm just gonna make a thin line. Now I'm using lashes from ShopPeachyLashes, and I actually won these in an Instagram giveaway that they did, and I'm so happy I did because they're literally so cute. This is the shade Chula. It's Latina owned and everything, so would definitely recommend checking them out because these are super cute. So I'm just gonna put glue on these really quick and then just pop them on. Now that both lashes are on, it is time for the final steps, and for highlight today, I'm using this shade from the James Charles palette. I believe it's called Ring Light. I'm honestly not sure. Like I said, I forgot the shade names. So I'm just gonna be applying this to give us a little glow. And now last but certainly not least, I'm gonna be applying some lip gloss. This is the Essence Ulta Beauty Girls United Gloss. Guys, and there you have it. This is the completed butterfly look after what felt like so freaking long. I finally finished. I'm honestly super satisfied with how everything came out. I think all of the errors I made were definitely worth it, and I'm super happy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this look and this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below for what videos you want to see from me in the future. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.